Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is your data buddy Kingsley, and today I bring you XLOOKUP. Before now, we did in our last video VLOOKUP and index and match. I showed you how index and match is an upgrade to what VLOOKUP is all about, and some of the challenges that VLOOKUP has, index and match tends to solve them. However, index and match are two different functions that work together, complement each other to give you the best of what lookup functions can give. And that brings us to another function known as XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP tends to solve all the challenges that came with VLOOKUP and index and match combined. So in other ways, instead of using any of those functions, just use XLOOKUP. It does the job of VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and index and match combined. So let's go into it. Today I'm going to walk us through 5 case scenarios using XLOOKUP. The first one will be a case of not found and exact match. Then we'll go to the second one where we use a wildcard to get the names of products. All we need to do is to just pick up the first name, and it will be intelligent enough to get us the information we are looking for, even with just the first name. And then we will move to lookup function for multiple answers. So you just give it one lookup and it expecting multiple answer. XLOOKUP handles it effectively and efficiently. After that, I will walk you through two-way lookup, where we look up value by rows and by column. And this is so simple. That is where index and match shines, but VLOOKUP makes it so sweet and easy to use. And finally, I will walk you through approximate match. And this time around, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use approximate match, and we're going to use it in real life scenario. Okay, so let's hop into our first case for today. I have with me a manufacturing industry data set, and I have them in different tabs here or sheets. The first challenge we have here is we have a product name and we want to get the defect rate, and this is the defect rate column. You could choose to have the work time, anyone you choose, but I want to go with the defect rate. And to do it, I'll go with my XLOOKUP. As soon as it comes up, you press your tab key to select the function. And then when you look at it, I'll move it up here. The first parameter is lookup value, which is what we are looking up for. The next is the lookup array, where this value is in the table. And the other one is the return array, and that is the result we are looking for whenever we choose a particular value. Now understand this, that these 3 arguments are mandatory, you must use them, and the other ones are optional as they are in square brackets the way it is in Excel, and we are going to go for it. The first optional argument is where when what you're looking for you did not find it, that is, it returns NA. What do you do at that point? That is where you put in the information you want. The next is match mode, and this match mode has to do with exact match, approximate match, or even a more complex one where we have wildcard, and I'm going to show it to you how it works. Now the search mode, we're not going to go into that, so let's hop into what we want. The first one we want is the lookup value, and I'll separate it with a comma, and this is where the lookup value is. Control Shift and then down arrow, I have it and separate with a comma. The next is the return array, that is my default. Control Shift down arrow and I have it. Now I am happy, I will close it. Enter key, and that is 1.5. HDMI is 1.5, and you can see it. Now pick up another one, hammer. This is hammer and it's 1.9, and this is correct. Alright, so you can see how fantastic this thing is. And if we choose another one like jigsaw, and jigsaw is 2.4 defect rate, let's look for jigsaw, and that is it. Very simple. So if I go and pick the screwdriver, let's see what happened. I am using data validation, so it's gonna pop up a window here. So now you can see it's telling us this value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. So you notice that as soon as I type in this popped up, but it's showing us, and that is to tell us that there is no such thing here. But how do we handle situation where we have NA? So I'm going to close this and click on the function bar and try to provide value for the if not found. So an if not found, I will want products not found. Easy. I'm going to make this capital letter and I will say okay. So let's try and do that again. Screwdriver, enter, and you can see product not found. This window is still popping up because we have data validation in place, and that's how simple it is. So let us move in. Now, if I want to go extra mile and try to give a kind of nice visualization to draw attention whenever a defect rate is more than expected. So let's say a defect rate is more than 3. We want something to be done. So we want to be able to control the text color whenever it is more than 3 or it is a certain number. So let's quickly do this, and that's conditional formatting. I want to create a rule. So I'll go to manage rule and I'll create a new rule. And I'll pick this. So I want it on value. Whenever it is less than 2, I want something like green color. Okay, so I want green color. So I'm happy with this. Okay, I want another rule whenever it is between 2 and 2.9. I want a different color. This time around, I think I would choose orange. And that's okay. I am happy with that. And the last rule is whenever it is greater than or equal to 3, so that's greater than or equal to 3, that is where the issue is. So happy. Now this is between 2 and 2.9. That's why it's giving us orange. If we pick up something that is up to 3, like the toolbox, all right, so let's edit this rule. We didn't choose any color. We want this color to be red. Okay, so let's move on. So it is red, and that's how simple this is. If I choose something like screwdriver set and that is green, so that is it. Number 1 problem sorted. So let's go to the number 2, the wildcard. So in this case, what we want to look at there is we want to be able to pick just the first name of this product name, and it will still be able to give us the demand value or the demand unit. So let's go in. This is equal to XLOOKUP, and I'll pick it. This is what I'm looking up for. Now, in this case, what I have selected is just the first name. I want to be able to tell XLOOKUP to look up automatically every other word that comes in when you are choosing a first name, and that's what we want to do. So to do that, we separate this with an ampersand and then introduce our wildcard. So in programming, asterisk means all. So please take note of that. All right, so I will go in and I will separate it. The next thing is the lookup array, and this is our lookup array. I'll hold my Control Shift down arrow and I have my lookup array. The next is the result we are looking for, which is the return array. So I'll go here, my demand unit, Control Shift down arrow, and I have it. That's all I need, and I will close it. Now, if I close this, there is no way XLOOKUP is going to know that we are making use of wildcard. So it could likely throw up an error or give us an exact value. So this is where we bring in the kind of match mode. So to do this, the next function is not this. So we'll put another comma there to bring us to the match mode. And what we want is the wildcard character match. So I'll go there and select it, and that's all we need, and enter. Here we go, zinc, and it gives us this. And let's look for zinc. This is zinc, and it gave us what we are looking for. All right, what we did here is for the demand unit. What we're supposed to do is for production. All I need to do here is simply come in here, and this is in D. So I'll change this to D, change that to D, and enter key. And here we go. Yes, so I have production, zinc, and zinc is correct. Here we go, 250. Let me pick up PVC, enter, and 160. And that is correct. That solves the wildcard character, and it's so simple. See how you can use it. You can use it in front, in the back, in the middle. It depends on the creativity you want to bring into your work. Let's go into the third one where we have multiple answer. Now, when you select a particular lookup, it returns a series of answer, an array of answer, and that's what we want to look at for here. If you do this with index and match, it probably will result into some complex or complicated function, but in XLOOKUP it's just straightforward, and it's just like every other thing you do. Simply go with XLOOKUP, and that is our lookup value. So the next is that I will pick the lookup array and my control shift down arrow, and I'm happy. So, and the next one is our return array. The return array is everything here. So you can see up here we have 4 columns. These are the 4 columns, and we need to return them at a time. To do this, all we need to do is to click here, hold my control shift down arrow to select the first column, and then right arrow to select the other columns. And that's all I need to do. Immediately I say enter key, everything comes up, and look at it, polyester. Let's go to polyester, and you can see the values are all correct. If I go here to Innova, so I will go and I have my answer. If I type the wrong information, because at this point it has to be correct, so I just try to type the wrong information, it gives us the wrong answer. So at this point it has to be correct. So please take note of that. All right, so and that is it for the third one. All right, let's hop into the fourth one. And now if you're getting value from this video, guys, please kindly give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Remember to share this with your friend. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, please remember it is important you join this amazing family. Subscribe, click that subscribe button, click that bell icon so that you'll be the first to know whenever I post new video. I post important content that will help you in your workplaces. Anytime, any day, I got your back. So let's go to the fourth one. And this is two-way lookup. What this does is that it looks on the row and it looks across the column. So let's go in here. Now we have this production name, zinc plate. We want the name. Let's pick up the month of April, for instance. What we want is as soon as we pick the production name and the month, it returns the correct value. So let's go in and do this. XLOOKUP. It's important to understand that this is where index and match shines, but XLOOKUP makes it look so easy. So let's do it. My lookup value first is the zinc, and the lookup array is this, and I have it. So the next is I want the return array, which is supposed to be everything here, but when we do that, it's not going to return the right value. That is why we bring in a kind of a nested XLOOKUP, which is now going to do the magic internally. So let's go in and say XLOOKUP again, and our lookup value this time around now will be the month. Our lookup array will be the months row, or all the months. So let's move on. Click here, and my control shift key and right arrow will pick all the months, and I'm happy with that. The next now will be the return array. This is where it becomes so sweet. All I need to do is to come in here, pick the first one, control shift down arrow and right arrow, and I have everything. And that's all I need to do. I will close my inner XLOOKUP and the outer XLOOKUP, and that's it. Enter key, and I have my answer. Zinc in the month of April. Let's look for zinc in the month of April is 2114, and that is beautiful. Let's try another one, PVC pipes, and PVC pipe in the month of April is 1350. If we change it to May, and you will see it, this is so responsive, and that's it. Very poor. 256, straight to the point. with just one line of code. And this is so amazing. Now, this brings us to the last one of the day, where we are going to use approximate match. Now, look at this. We have a product name, the demand unit, production capacity, and increased capacity. Now, let me bring a context to this. We have demand unit. The demand is so much that it exceeds the capacity. So we want to be able to do something towards this. Otherwise, we could lose clients, and we don't want to lose clients. So what we want to do is to increase our capacity so that at any point when we have a high demand, we will try to increase our capacity by a certain percent, and we will look at it based on the number of demand. If the demands are higher, the percentage increase will be higher, and these are the percentage increase we give. If it is between 600 and 800, it gives you 15%. If it is between 800 and 1000, it gives us 20%, and that is what we're going to do with XLOOKUP. Let's go there, and that is XLOOKUP. Okay, so I will select it. Now my lookup value is this, which is the demand, and my lookup array is where everything there is, and which is this. Now let me move this up. You can drag this wherever you want. So which is this? I'm gonna drag it here. Okay, because I'm gonna drag everything down to the end, I need to fix this value so it doesn't flow down and start creating error. So to do that, I'm gonna press F4 to lock it, and then that is locked. So the next will be my return array, which is the percentage. So I'm going to select everything, and again I'm going to lock it because I'm dragging the other one down, the answer down. So I will lock it. F4, I have locked it. We've been able to select the lookup array and the return array. What we have next is if not found, but we are not looking for if not found. Remember, we are looking at approximate match at this point. So let's go and look for the approximate match, because essentially this is what it's going to do. It will likely not find the exact match for all this, and where it didn't find the exact match, it will return error for us. But what we want is the approximate match. Okay, so let's move on. So I don't want if not found, so I'm going to put a comma. Now I get to the approximate match, and what I want is exact match or next smaller number, and that's the one I want. I will enter this, which is -1, and I will close it. Enter key, and I have this. All I need to do is to double click and drag this, and notice it has given us 0.15, which is equivalent to 15%, which is 600 is within this bracket. If you come down here to like 1000, this is 1000, and that is 22%. How about 1050, which is the same thing? It's around 22.5%. Okay, so that is it. Now, but what we want to know is the exact number of increase in capacity, not just the percentage. That is why we click here, and all we need to do is to multiply this by the production capacity, and that will give us what we want, and that's 15. I will double click here to bring it down, and that is it, guys. So simple, and that is the increase in capacity for any time we have demand that is more than what we are looking for. And that is it about XLOOKUP. If you got value from this video, consider subscribing to my channel if you are new, and remember to give this video a thumbs up. Click the bell icon so that you'll be the first to know whenever I post any new video. Share this to your friends, guys, so that they will learn what you have learned. Until I see you again, keep analyzing.